do a couple seated warm-ups. I think of the whole yoga class as kind of a warm-up for life, but preps for breath work. So getting comfortable sitting, though once we get to the pranayama, if you're more comfortable lying down is perfectly fine we'll do Viloma again. But once you're sitting, comfortable enough, rock a little bit side to side, shift the weight from sitting bone to sitting bone, and settle into a place where right and left side feel fairly even. If that means you need to prop one or both thighs, do that. And then rock front to back a few times, rocking from pubic bone to tailbone. And me rolling back onto the tailbone. And I think for most of us Western folks, the more habitual shape, so a little easier. So when you settle, favor on tipping pubic bone down to the earth, uncurling the tail. And from your rooted pelvis, breathe the whole rib cage up. Inhale, shoulders up to ears. Hi, Brian, welcome. Exhale, roll the shoulders back a little bit and drag them. Take 2 or 3 more shoulder rolls on your own. It's getting your breath into these tighter tissues. Using juicy movements to smooth them out. And we'll tune into our breath, grow our natural breath. Bring your attention and maybe even your hands onto the lowest part of the rib cage. Breathing in, feel the whole rib cage open up into your hands. And exhale. The ribs draw together as the breath moves out. A couple of breaths here. Recovering the bellows-like movement of the rib cage. And if you don't practice this, the ribs will stop moving this way. The breath will either sit in the belly or sit in the chest. So here, we're just waking up this natural operation. One practice at a time. Feel for even the back ribs venting open as you breathe in. Feel free to sigh out the mouth as you connect to your deeper breath. And then relax the hands down. Let's move into our Viloma Pranayama, our breath exercise. If you've gotten comfortable sitting, you can stay here for another couple of minutes. Cool. If at any point you're distracted by the sitting posture, lie down on your back so you can focus on the breath. Let's tune into Ujjayi breathing. If you're newer to Ujjayi, breathe in through your nose if your nose is clear. If you're stuffy, breathe how you can. And we'll start by exhaling out the mouth with a ha sound. Take a few breaths like that. Inhaling, nose if possible. Exhaling, elongating the ha. Sense the warmth, the swirl of the breath in the back of the throat as you ha it out. Once you have a feel for that, you'll inhale. You'll start your exhale, hawing out the mouth, but before you're out of breath, close your lips. Let the ha continue out your nostrils. And then if your nose is clear, eventually breathe ha sound. Experienced students, you'll connect to the whisper sound also on inhale. If you through the mouth, sometimes you'll let go of the ha if you feel yourself getting lightheaded. All right, here's the exercise Viloma. We'll continue our Ujjayi breath, but we'll break the inhale into 5 little sips. So take a sip in and pause, in and pause, in and pause, in, pause, in. Hold the breath. If you're seated, tall spine with your chin down. And lift the chin a little so you can exhale with your Ujjayi breath. Slow 5-second exhale. Start again. Sip in, pause, pause, in, pause, in, pause. Inhale, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ujjayi exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, little sips. You can count your own. 5 sips in, hold for 5 seconds, exhale 5 seconds, or change the number. Longer if it's fine. Once you finish the round you're on, do one more full round. Let those low ribs expand to invite the breath in. When you complete your rounds, return to the normal or Ujjayi inhale, exhale with no pauses. We'll slowly find your way up to sitting with your strap. Brian, if you don't have a yoga strap, maybe go find a necktie, the sash of a bathrobe, or something. We won't need it too much right now. We're moving to another seated series, but once we lie on our backs, you'll want to have it. A towel can work if it's long enough to grab. All right, put your strap around your left foot. We'll just take a moment to warm up the hamstrings so that we can continue to sit comfortably. As you breathe in, hook the strap closer to ball foot and breathe in. Pull your knee in towards you. Keep getting tall out of your low back. Exhale, press your foot into the strap. Maybe it straightens, it doesn't have to. Inhale, pull it in. Lift up out of your chest. Exhale, press out. Do that 1 or 2 more times, getting some elasticity into the back of the leg. And then we'll finish with the left leg straight. The right knee open in half straddle. If you found that straightening the leg is stressful on low back, prop something underneath your knee or sit in cross-legged seat. We're moving into neck work. So if you're choosing cross-legged seat, fingertips right out to the sides of your hips. Those of you with the left leg extended, turn your belly slightly towards the right. So left fingertips are in front of the left leg. Right fingertips reach out to the side. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, left hand down. Relax your ear to left shoulder. Right fingertips might stay on the earth, or maybe they float just off the earth. So you can feel the elongation of the right side neck through your shoulder, out your arm. And imagine running your breath through that line of tension, as if you could wash the tension right off your fingertips. Jaw glide, lip slide. Lick your lips to moisten them. Stick your bottom lip out a little bit beyond the upper lip and start to slide it side to side across upper lip to unlock the jaw. Makes the breathing a little tricky, but imagine running your breath through your jaw joints, especially if you get TMJ or clicky jaws. See if you can lubricate with your breath. Now continue this a couple more breaths. If you have any injury, history of injury, whiplash, or tweakiness in your neck, stay as you are. For those of you who have relatively healthy Western necks, lift your right hand up to shoulder height, maybe a little higher. I see you, Wilhelm. Spread your hand wide. Inhale, reach the right arm out. And very slowly exhale, turn your chin to the right like you're trying to look at right thumb. Keep the head lined up with shoulder. Huge breath into your open chest. Slide your right shoulder blade down away from your neck. And then exhale, look down over left shoulder. Everyone, chin to left shoulder. Right arm wraps behind back. Continue to slip your shoulder blade down the back. Keep the right side of the chest open. Pull your belly in and up off your pelvis. Feel for lifting out of pelvis, out of low back with a relaxed neck. I have a suspicion that sometimes our neck and shoulder tension come from trying to lift out of our low backs to keep the pressure out of there. So let's learn to support that from the ground and the core, not carry it around in our necks and jaws. All right, keep your neck relaxed as you release both hands down. Fold the left knee in. Put your strap around your right foot. And take a moment to lubricate the right hamstring back of leg. So bending and straightening a few times in a way that coordinates with your breath. And you tap into a full body breathing. And then if it's right for your body to sit with your right leg open in a half straddle, you'll keep right leg straight. If you prefer a cross-legged seat, choose that. Cross-legged seats, fingertips right out to the sides of your hips. Those of you in the half straddle, turn a little bit to the left so your right fingertips are in front of right leg. Active foot, really helpful here. Pressing on the gas, the ball, the right foot. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, lean your ear to the right. Rest right hand on earth. And return to your jaw glide, lip slide. Continue jaw glide, lip slide, or inhale to raise the left hand to chest height. Spread your palm open, same direction as heart. Inhale. Exhale to glide your chin to the left, like you're looking at left thumb. Again, any tweakiness, don't turn your head in that direction. Exhale, turn your chin back down to the right. Everyone look over right shoulder, wrap left arm behind your back. Roll the head of the left shoulder back, keeping left side chest open to your breath. And then release chin to collarbone. Plug down through both sitting bones, tailbone and pubic bone. And feel your spine lengthen out of your rooted pelvis. Okay. Release the left hand. Maybe your head rolls forward to help you back up to sitting. Sit cross-legged for a moment. We'll do one round of shoulder shrugs, 3 parts together, and then move into tabletop. Those of you who don't do tabletop will stay with your shoulder shrugs. So the 3 parts. First, inhale into your upper back. Hold your breath. Hike your shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze the tops of the shoulders back towards each other. Shoulders in as you squeeze them down into your upper back. Middle rhomboids. Shoulders, arms stay relaxed. Inhale, spread your upper back and shoulders wide with breath. Exhale, middle angles of the shoulder blades. Try to touch each other. See if you can use your back muscles and keep the arms relaxed. Lower rhomboids. Inhale, spread the back of the rib cage. Exhale, bottom tips of shoulders try to touch. This time the arms can help. Palms forward, elbows bent. Squeeze elbows towards each other behind you to dig the bottom angles of the shoulder blades into those tight tissues along your spine. Good. And then if you'd like to stay sitting, continue your variation of that. You don't have to memorize it. Just feel for all parts of the shoulders, massaging into spine. Those of you comfortable coming into a tabletop, come to all fours. You can choose hands and knees, or you can be down on your elbows. This works fine on elbows. Neutral spine. Press the earth away to lift out of your shoulders. Dip the top rim of your sacrum. That's the back of your pelvis. Dip it in a little bit so you have a natural curve and low back, but your ribs, your belly aren't collapsing out. Relax your neck completely. Inhale, push the earth away to lift up out of your shoulders. Your upper back almost humps up. Exhale, chest towards the ground. Arms stay straight if you're on your hands. Your shoulder blades rise behind you. Take 3 breaths like that, pressing the earth away, opening upper back, and exhale, sinking down. Shoulders squeeze into upper back. And if this is new to you, it might be a very small, subtle movement because the rest of the spine will want to move too. Let's see if you can focus on ungluing just the shoulders. And then continue like that if you like, or switch to regular cat-cows. Or some of you know the pelvic tilts where we isolate just the other end of the spine. Take 3 or 4 more breaths to move how you please. We'll return to sitting position. Once you've run the breath through your spine. Uh-oh, did we all freeze, Gary? Okay. Sorry, you guys were frozen. Thanks. All right, coming when you are complete with your cat's cows or your rhomboids or your pelvic tilts, however you're running breath up and down spine. Come back to sitting. Any comfortable position for seated side bend. Let me check my mic. Now walk your fingertips out to the sides of your hips, tall spine. Inhale. Exhale, lean over to your left hand. Inhale, press back to center. Lift the rib cage off hips. Exhale to the right hand. We'll go to side like that 3 more times. If you like to use your arms, you can raise your arms when you center. And exhale, reach the top arm. Sometimes that helps me find length. Some days it feels like it tightens my back. So breathe feel. Give yourself permission to change it up. Or even invent your own. If you're breathing and feeling, you're not doing anything wrong. In fact, that's the purest yoga that there is. All right, we'll switch it to twist. So next time you finish your second side, inhale, center, tall spine. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, center, balloon the back ribs out. Exhale, spiral left. You might use the arms here. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, twist right. Left hand, right knee. Inhale. Exhale, twist. 2 more twists to each side. So if you just want to do one round with 2 breaths on each side, that timing should work perfectly. Remember, front of spine will lengthen quicker than the back of the spine. So if you start to feel this in low back, focus on breathing into those low back ribs. Make space. It might feel like leaning forward a little bit, but eventually everything evens out. All right, let's combine the 2 motions. Change the cross of your legs. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to your right. Use your arms if you please. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean left. Inhale, center. Twist to your right. Exhale. Inhale, center. Option to use arms. Exhale, twist. Do 3 more full rounds. Side bend, twist, twist. You can go much slower. You don't have to move on every breath. And if you forget the sequence, again, if you're breathing, feeling, your body will know when it wants to twist and when it wants to stretch out. It'll be different for you than me. So you don't have to try to look like me at all. When you complete the round you're on, 1 more full round or 4 more breaths if you're not moving with every breath. And when your rounds are complete, come to lie on your back. Actually, option. Either lie on your back, knees to chest, or come into a seated forward fold before you come onto your back, either cross-legged seat or Baddha Konasana. Forward fold to feel into the length of your spine. So less concerned with coming down than lengthening out of your hips. Reach your pelvis back. If you're on your back, the ground supports your lengthening spine. Hug your knees in, rock out. Feel for freedom in low spine pelvis. If you chose cross-legged seat forward fold, change the cross of your legs and take 3, 4 more breaths. Let's all meet on our backs. Dipping frog. This will tap into our abdominals and our obliques. Lying on your back, knees bent over your hips, feet flexed, like you're in a chair on your back. For some bodies, it feels safe to keep the lumbar spine natural, soft off the earth, with the sacrum planted, the low back ribs planted, and then keep that steady. If your low back wants extra support, put your hands or put a blanket, a little lift underneath your pelvis. Wherever you are, breathe into your low back ribs. Spread them out on your yoga mat. Exhale, hug your low abdominals in. Take another breath like that. Breathe into the low back ribs. Release the low abdominals. Low belly balloons. Exhale, hug low abdominals in. This time, inhale, low back ribs. Tap left heel towards the ground. Keep the knee at perfectly 90 degrees. Don't bend it anymore. It might not touch the ground, and that's fine. Exhale, pull your low belly in to bring your knee back to center. Inhale, low back ribs, right heel towards earth. Relax the low belly out. Exhale, hug low belly in to pull knee back up. Again on each side. Inhale, low back ribs, relax low belly, left heel towards earth. Neck, jaw relaxed. Exhale, pull low belly in, center. Inhale, low back ribs, spread on your yoga mat, even as the heel might touch earth. Exhale, pull low belly in. Flex the feet. Open your thighs into frog. Straddle the legs like you're in a squat. Inhale. Exhale, pull your low abdominals into your spine. Inhale, reach your thigh bones wide. Exhale, legs back to center. One more full round. Inhale, low back ribs, right heel towards earth. Low belly releases. Exhale, low belly engages. Breathe into back ribs, left heel down, soft belly. Exhale, low belly hugs, center. Go to each side one more time. Breathing into tap heel down. Use your low abdominals to recenter. Neck and jaw will try to help. Keep them soft, teeth separated. Open your legs into frog. Inhale, wide thighs. Exhale, hug low belly off your pubic bone. Inhale, reach the knees out to the sides. Exhale, back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Come into any variation of spinal twist. Simple variation, maybe roll onto your left side in a fetal curve. Poke your tail out behind you a bit, and then roll the right arm open, chest towards sky. My right arm touches the ground right now. Sometimes I have to keep hand on hip. Do that if it hurts shoulder to reach out. Those of you who uncurled into the twist, come back into your fetal curve and then roll onto your other side or transition to the opposite side of your other twists if you chose a different variation. Notice where you feel the pull, the tension in the twist. Direct your breath into that space. And as you exhale, get a sense of the pole softening and untangling. All right, come on to your back with your strap. Your snap's not in reaching distance. Keep breathing while you crawl towards it, and then come back onto your back. Actually, before we even put the strap on foot, hug right knee to chest, left foot on the floor. Both feet actively flexed. So lift and spread toes of left foot, press on the gas with right foot. Breathe into right hip, press shin into hands, like you're trying to kick your leg out. And then exhale, relax the right leg completely, hug it in. One more breath like that. Inhale, turn your leg on, grip strongly around your shin so you don't actually kick. Exhale, relax completely, hug it in. Other side, right foot on the mat, hug the left shin in. Hold on to the middle of the shin, and as you breathe in, start pressing shin into hands. Keep the sacrum flat on the ground. Exhale, stop fighting, hug it in. One more time, inhale, press, press. Exhale, soften. Left foot on the floor. Strap around the right foot. And if you notice that your chin was starting to jut up in that exercise, because as we release hips and hamstrings, yes, neck will compensate. Then take a pillow or a blanket, put it underneath your head so your chin stays down. The neck is long. Strap around the right foot, right leg straight-ish. We'll start with a little foot massage. Just rub your strap or your sash, whatever you're using as a strap, back and forth across the foot. Get some topical heat. Wake up these thousands and thousands of nerve endings that keep us on our feet and connect us to the earth. But unfortunately, are some of our first to die off. So let's get some circulation in there. Then have the strap close to the ball of the foot, or maybe right across the ball of foot, nice and taut. Flex the foot, pull on the strap, and then resist with the strap. Press ball of the foot into strap like you're trying to point. Go back and forth a few times, turning on your ankle. Again, I'm not concerned with right leg being straight. My right leg straightens easily at this point. I've done some yoga today. You can do knee bend and it works just great. All right, once your ankle's warmed up, slide the strap all the way down to your heel, like it's about to fall off the back of your heel. And then right leg right over your hip joint, straight-ish. Press your heel up into the strap and pull on the strap, locking the thigh bone into the hip joint. And feel like your low back pulls out on the mat, back of pelvis pulling out. Breathe into that space. All right, relax that pressure. Hold the ends of the strap in your right hand, left hand on hip or open it out to a T. Turn your right toes out to the right and start to lower right leg towards the earth, just enough that you don't fall off the left hip. So when you think you're there, pick your right leg up an inch and press your left hip back down onto the earth. If you want more sensation, then you bring leg up towards shoulder or turn the toes down to earth rather than trying to press leg to earth. Breathe into your low back. Exhale, feel your abdominal organs massage against the low back. Bring your left hand over to the strap so you have both strong arms to pull your heavy, relaxed leg back to center. Slip your right hand into your right hip joint, like where your leg comes out of your pelvis. Straps in the left hand. Flex your right foot. Turn your toes towards the left, internal rotation, and then move just a couple inches, maybe 1 inch over the center line, keeping your right hip pinned down with your hand. You can actually, to get to the IT band, better to bend the knee a little bit. So those of you guys runners who have tight IT bands, you might intentionally bend the knee. Obviously, very intense whether you're bent or straight. So breathe into the sensation that can unwind to your exhale. If things feel like they get tighter, back out a bit. All right, if you have enough room for this, continue to roll onto your left side so your leg comes all the way down to the earth, or conveniently onto your couch. Right hand. Right side. You can't hear me at all? Testing, testing. Thank you. All right. Right hand carries the leg all the way over to the right. So you roll onto your right side. Now your leg can flop onto earth. Now, if this range of motion feels safe for you, again, not at all concerned that right leg is straight. It can stay bent. Use your hands to pull your leg from one side to the other as you breathe. Let your back massage side to side on your mat. Some of you, this giant motion, a little too destabilizing for your joints, or maybe there's some arthritis you need to be more mindful about, then keep the back fairly steady and use your arms and the strap to windshield wipe the legs side to side in a way that feels lubricating, gets breath into the hip and back of leg and low back. So take about 6 more breaths to play with this meditation. Actually, I'll say 8 more breaths because you might find a place that you want to stop moving and breathe and feel. I want you to have time for that. I know sometimes I think I'll do it later tonight while I'm watching TV, but I might not. So do it now. All right, last 2 or 3 breaths to start to wind your movement back towards center. When you feel complete, legs straight up. As straight as feels comfortably stretched. Your hamstrings are not screaming, they're just maybe telling you some stuff. Straighten your left leg out on the mat. Flex the foot, the toe straight up to the sky, and see if you can work the left thigh bone down to the ground. It might not happen today, but eventually flattening left thigh, which will probably pull your right leg away. I know that's disappointing, but at least you balanced your pelvis. All right, once you're in a fairly stable place, breathe into low back ribs. Relax low belly. Exhale, hug low belly in. Both hands to the straps, supporting the straps. Inhale to low back ribs, relax low belly, and push your foot into the strap like you want to slam it down to the floor, but not so hard that that actually happens. Exhale, stop pressing, relax the leg completely. And for some of you, it'll move closer to you. It doesn't have to. Pause where it stops. Inhale, press, press like you want to slam the right leg down. And exhale, stop pressing. Soften. One more breath like that. Inhale, press, press. Exhale, relax. Now support, if this feels right to you, support your straight leg down to the ground with your strap. And then once your heel touches down, let go of strap. 30-second Shavasana just to feel, well, maybe how weird that feels. Maybe how that delicious that feels. All right. Slowly come to the place where both feet are on the floor, both knees bent. Probably one leg at a time since legs are very different right now. Hug left knee to chest. Strap around sole of left foot, leg to sky. And massage the sole of left foot with whatever you're using. Unless you're using an actual belt, that might not be too comfortable, but you can still play with finding pressure points. You might find little hot spots in sole of foot. There are lots of them. So you can get all the way through the heel and all the way across the toes. And when the whole foot is nice and tingly, strap close to ball of foot. We've been upside down a while. If you're getting lightheaded, please put a pillow or something under your head. Raise your head up higher than your heart. All right. Ankle stretches or ankle exercises. Pull on the strap to flex the ankle. Resist with the strap as you press ball of foot into it. Back and forth a few times. Circles are fine. Toe exercises are good too. Continue to breathe into the back, low back, spreading out on your yoga mat. Because ultimately, why are we doing this hamstring work? I don't think anyone's in the Rockettes Christmas show. So we just want our low backs to feel good. All right. Bring strap down to the heel. Line your heel up right over your pelvis. Press heel into straps. And pull on the strap to lock the head of the femur, top of the thigh bone, into the pelvis itself. Feel for the buttocks and the hip muscles around the joint going squish or turning to mush. Everything kind of settling into that joint. What you're literally doing is soaking the tissues, the cartilage, with your synovial fluid. We're going to generate some more of that. All right. Strap to the middle of the foot. Hold with your left hand, right hand onto right hip, or open your arm to a T. Turn your left toes out to the left. Left leg lowers only as far as it can go without pulling you onto your left side. So when you think you're there, pick your leg up 1 inch, press your right hip back down to the earth. Breathe into your left inner thigh. Right hand comes to the straps and use your strong arms to pull your relaxed leg up to center. Left hand into the left hip crease, right in the place between the thigh and the hip. Flex the foot. You're holding onto straps with right hand. Turn the right toes into the right, and then move maybe just half an inch over center line to feel the outer leg line light up. Again, you can experiment with bending the knee and trying to get IT band. Turning the thigh in more. Toes down, heel up. Take a breath. Spread low back onto mat. Exhale, roll all the way onto your right side. We'll begin our flow from here. Bring left hand over to the straps. Inhale. Exhale, pull your leg up and roll all the way onto left side. Or move into your moving meditation, going side to side. Maybe with the whole body, maybe just the leg. 6 more luscious breaths. Of course, you carved this time for yourself. So if there's a place you want to stay for more than 6 breaths, there's no need to try to keep up. You stay with you. This isn't work that has a time endpoint. We're going inside, maybe to the timeless place. Those of you who are coming back to center, find your way onto your back with your left leg extended, both hands to the straps. Straighten right leg out on the mat. Again, bend your knees if this is too much for hamstrings. Turns out if you try to fight with the hamstrings, they win. So just come to a place where you're having a conversation. Working right thigh bone down to the mat, untucking your tail. Breathe into the low back ribs. Bring them onto mat. Exhale, hug low abdominals in. Keep that breath rhythm going. Inhale into your back body and push leg into strap as if it would slam down to floor if you let go. And then exhale, stop pressing. Relax everything except maybe low belly hugs in. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale to press into strap and exhale to relax. You really only need like 20% of your strength for this to be effective. And if it's right for you to lower your leg down to the floor using the support of the strap, come into your pre-shavasana. And hug your knees into your chest. Actually, put your hands behind your knees onto your hamstrings. And start to kick the legs up and down, rocking up and down on your sacrum. For some of you, this will turn into a spinal rock. You'll tuck chin into throat and keep your neck very steady as you roll up and down. Others, just do a few kicks and then do some nice side-to-side movements. And then choices, those of you rocking and rolling, might rock and roll into a downward facing dog. If downward dog is not appealing to you, find your way to sitting. With your strap around both of your feet. For Dandasana, upward facing staff pose. Flexing your feet back and sitting up tall. Again, if you need to keep the knees bent, please do, so your spine can lift up. Breathe into the back ribs. You might lean forward as long as spine is straight. If you're choosing downward dog, you can see how this is almost a downward dog shape. We're just not putting the weight on our shoulders. Breathe into back ribs, relax low belly. Exhale, hug low abdominals in and lift them up. You can stay like this if it's effective for you. Continue to breathe. Some of you will let go of the strap for a forward fold. Some of you will bend your knees out to the side for a Baddha Konasana forward fold. Come into either tabletop. Come into tabletop. I'll just take one more moment to connect to core. If tabletop is not a great choice for you at this point, then I want you to do this. Come onto your back in the same forward fold, but tuck your chin in, pull your belly in to connect to your core. If you need your hands to support your head and neck, do that instead. Tabletops, table leg extensions. Arm and leg extensions. Come to your neutral table, press the earth away, lengthen tail back, reach your right arm forward, thumb to sky. Keep breathing to back ribs, hug your low ribs in on exhale. Option to simultaneously reach left leg back, toes on or off earth, or set your right hand down and reach left leg back. Hand down, knee down. Inhale, press earth away, lift out of your shoulders. Exhale, left arm forward, thumb to sky. Either add the right leg back or put left hand down and reach right leg back. Toes can stay on the earth and you still get the lengthening effect. The breath is what connects you to what I'm calling core, your center. All right, hand down, knee down. Finding your way onto your back for relaxation. So take your time if you want to play around a little bit, roll on your back, do some spinal twists. If you feel like you've had enough time on your back, of course, you can sit for meditation. Once you are settled in, I will talk through the pranayama again, the second stage of Viloma, which is kind of the reverse of how we opened. If you're ready to let go completely, just tune my voice out, or I won't be offended if you turn off your Zoom and rest. So stage 2 of Viloma. If you're sitting, have your chin slightly tucked down in a throat lock. If you're lying down, you can put a pillow under your head for a throat lock. Not necessary. The inhale will be a smooth, slow Ujjayi breath for a count of 5, 4, 5. Hold the breath for 5, 3, 4, 5. Little sips out through the nose. Out, pause, out, pause, out, pause, out, pause, out. Inhale, 5. Hold. Leak it out and pause. Out, pause, out, pause, out, pause, out. Take up to 3 more rounds on your own, breaking up the exhale into 5 little sips. and let go completely. Bring a hand to your belly and a hand onto your heart. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the physical movement of breath. Feel the back body on the earth and the air against your skin. Take a huge breath in. Maybe sigh it out with a wide mouth. And slowly ease your way onto your side so you can crawl up to sitting with a relaxed neck. Head follows heart. The palms together, thumbs against your sternum, lift your heart. Bow your head to your own heart. Sense the life within. Be grateful and amazed. We bow to that life in each other. Namaste. Happy Monday. Thank you very much. I love taking classes that don't get off the floor, but I feel weird teaching. So continue your yoga into your walking because your legs will feel different.